به نام آن که هستی نام از او یافت، فلک جنبش زمین آرام از او یافت. خدای کافرینش بر وجودش، گواهی مطلق آمد بر سجودش. عرض سلام و خسته نباشید دارم خدمت شما بیننده های محترم تلویزیون و شما شاگردان نهایت عزیز و ارجمند. جا داره که قبل از شروع درس ما پیام کرونا رو با هم داشته باشین. دوستای عزیز، کرونا رو جدی بگیرین. قبل از اینکه به چیزی میخوایم دست بزنین کوشش کنین که با از مایع ضد عفونی کننده استفاده بکنیم تا اینکه خدای نخواسته دستهای ما و شما آلوده با ویروس کرونا نشه. بحث امروزی ما دوستای عزیز درس دوم صنف 11 مضمون انگلیسی هسته که قبلا ما و جلسه اول خدمت شما به عرض رسانده بودم و یک معرفی کوتاه هم کرده بودم. و آنچه که شما در این سلاید میبینین، شما میبینیم که کدام صنف هست دوستا؟ صنف 11 کدام مضمون انگلیسی و نام استاد خودم میبینین و میفهمین که بحث دوم ما و شما سر کدام مسائل باید که باشه. قبل از رفتن به بحث درس جدید ما خوب است که ما چند سوال داشته باشیم بس شما از درس قبلی شما. Okay, now you know that all the time if you want to start a new lesson, maybe your teacher asks you about your previous lesson. In here, you know about what? About fire. We studied in last section about fire, and you also respond to some questions about the fire. In here today we are going to study a reading about fire. You can see this slide. The title of this slide is Firefighters. Okay, read the following paragraph silently. It belongs to you. And I have a recommendation to you that all the time you try to have pre-reading and post-reading. If you have pre-reading, when your teacher teach you the new lesson, on that time you're 100% ready to answer the questions after the lesson. Okay, today we are going to start from this lesson. It is also about firefighter. In here today, we have also, after this reading, we have some questions that if you have pay attention carefully, and at the end, you will be able to answer or to respond to all the questions that I ask you. Okay, I read it. And after the reading, I'll ask you those questions. Okay, are you ready to listen to me? Okay, before I read this reading, you must pay attention that about the pronunciation and about the reading, how I read this reading, how I pronounce the words. You know, I told you before that pronunciation is also very important, and also how to read the lesson. Okay, I'll start it. There are different kinds of fires. For example, chemical fires, oil fires, gas fires, and electrical fires. Each kind of fires has its own dangers and problems. So a fireman brigade must know what kind of fire he is fighting. Also, he must be able to operate many different machines in order to fight the different kind of fires. In addition, he must be able to deal with fires during day or night, in any weather, inside buildings or out in the open. Okay, now you know about fire. Who is firefighter? Who deals with fire? Okay, now let's go to the next section of this lesson. Okay, you can see it. However, firemen do not only put out fires, they deal with other emergencies. For example, they rescue people who are trapped in car accident. They help if chemical or accidentally spilled, and they also tour schools to teach. However, their main job is still fighting fires. And this is perhaps the most exciting things that they do. Two things are necessary to become a fireman. The first one, A, to be at least 7 years old, and B, to have elementary school certificate. However, an intermediate or a secondary school is better. Now you know who is firefighter, who deals with fire. And after this lesson, we have some questions that you think about the questions and try to find the answers of these questions carefully. I told you before that all the time, if you have pre-reading during the lesson, maybe your teacher asks you some questions. On that time, you are 100% ready to answer or to respond to the questions. Okay, now you can see all these questions and how to respond or answer to these questions. Okay, I'll ask you the first question. The first question, what does firefighter do? What does firefighter do? Who is ready or volunteer to answer to this question? You. Okay, you can answer. The answer of this question, as you can see it, to fight the different kinds of fires. Okay, I'll repeat this question again. What does firefighter do? What does firefighter do to fight the different kinds of fires? This is the answer of this question. Okay, the second question, who is ready to say? Who is volunteer to say? Okay. The second question is this: what different kinds of fires are there? I'll repeat it again. What different kinds of fires are there? I think that all of you can answer to this question. Now you can see it. Chemical fires, oil fires, gas fires, and electrical fires. Yeah, these are different kinds of fires, as you know. Okay, the third question is, what are the necessary things to be a fireman? Okay, we read about fire, and now we know what should we do to be a fireman. Okay, and here we can see the answer of this question. Two things are necessary to become a fireman. To become a fireman. A, to be at least 7 years old. To be at least 7 years old. And the second one, or letter B, to have elementary school certificate. To have elementary school certificate. If we have intermediate or secondary certificate, school certificate is better. Okay, and now we know how to be a fireman. Okay, the last question, give the opposite of the underlined words. Okay, the underlined words, we can see the underlined words and you guess about the opposite of these words. In here we have some underlined words. The first word is danger. Danger. Okay, what is the opposite form of this word? Okay, who is volunteer to say, to answer to this question? Okay, you can. Dangers, very nice. What? Safe. Okay, safe. You're absolutely right. The second one, who is ready to say the opposite form of this word? Different. Okay, you think and guess about the opposite form of this word. Different. What is the opposite of form of this word? Okay, you know. Different, same. You're right. Same. The third one is fight. Fight is very bad. Who is ready to say? Okay, you think about this word. I think, okay, I'll say, what is the opposite form of fight? I think the opposite form of fight is peace. Okay, now I'm 100% sure. The opposite form of fight is peace. Okay, very nice. And the last word, the last underlined word is open. Open. How to pronounce this? Not open. Open. And most of the time we confuse about the pronunciation of the words. For example, some of the time maybe your friends say to you, what is this? This is a pen. This is not a pen, it's wrong. What is this? This is a pen. How to pronounce this? Pen, not pen. And here we know how to pronounce this word. Not open. For example, open the door. Open your books, please. Not open. Open your books, please. And here you know about the pronunciations of this word. Okay, now you tell me the opposite of open. What is the opposite form of open? What? Close. Very nice. The opposite form of open is close. And here you know the opposite form of these words. Okay? You try to find another words, unknown words from the text. All the time I told you before, in the first section I told you, before you study a lesson, a new lesson, you must prepare a dictionary. Maybe try studying, for example, the new lesson. On that time you will face with some unknown words. If you face with some unknown word, try to study the text, context, or passage, the passage. Try to study whole of them. And after that, if you don't know, if you couldn't find the meaning of the word, you try to find the meaning of the words from what? From that dictionary. All the time you try to have dictionary to find the unknown words from the dictionary. And also you try at the end, if you cannot find some other words, for example, from the dictionary, you can ask from at the end, you can ask from your teacher. Okay, now let's go to the next part of our lesson. Okay, and here you can see that we have also another reading, and this reading is, you can read the title of reading, that this is about Kabul Fire Department. Kabul Fire Department, if you study this reading, at the end you will be able to know about fire department, about firefighter. Okay? At first I read about the direction of this lesson, and after that I read the reading. Okay, the direction is read the following information about Kabul Fire Department after your teacher. Okay, I'll read it after me. You try to read this reading because maybe there are some difficult words in this reading. If you repeat after me, and that time you know how to pronounce or how to read the words or this reading. Okay. Kabul Fire Department, firefighting is the act of extinguishing destructive fires. A firefighter fights fires, prevent destruction of life, property, and the environment. Okay, before I read the reading, you try to open your book. Open your book, and after that, when I read, you see line by line. Okay, and here I'll continue. Firefighting is a highly technical profession which requires enough training and education. Kabul Fire Department is working under the Ministry of Interior Affairs of Afghanistan. The department has 4 fire brigade stations. There are 300 firefighters who are working full-time in the department, day and night. Station 1 is situated in Charrahi, Pashtunistan. It is the first station and has 4 fire trucks to serve the people of that area. Station 2 is situated in where? In Khushhal Khan area and has 1 fire truck to help the residents of this part of the city. Station 3 is located in Khairkhana area and has 1 fire truck to help the people when their buildings are in fire. And Station 4 is located in Polecharkhi area and has only 1 fire truck to assist the people of this area when they are need. And now you know about 4 stations that there are in Kabul. There are 4 station fire department in 4 places. Okay. There are trauma ambulances in the department. Each fire brigade station is allocated 1 trauma ambulance to reach the need of the residents of the area. There is also an alarm center in each fire brigade station. The department has a fire college which is located at Station 1. In this course, which is designed for firemen, is for 1 year. They are trained to rescue people, properties, and environment when they are in fire. Okay, answer the following questions. Now there are 4 questions. There are 5 questions. After reading this passage, you try to find the answers of these 5 questions. It is also your homework. In the next section, when I come here, I'll ask you these 5 questions. When you want to try to find the answers of these questions, you take a draft, and after that you note the answers of these 5 questions. Okay, and here we finish our lesson. Thank you from your attention and your participation, and and at the end, I'll say to you when maybe some of the time when maybe you will face with some problem or you have some question, you can send me to my email. My email is in here and my phone is also here. You can write or note my email and phone. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. See you.